here we go with Wednesday. It is the middle of the week. It's October 22nd already.
Yes, it
How
is.
about that? Today is October 22nd. That means it's Wednesday, and this is Wayne Goldsboro Television. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best. Good Wednesday morning, middle of the week.
You notice I had to start over again because
Yes.
I lost my place.
Oh, is that what it was?
Duh. Yes. All right.
Yes, October, a busy month. Lots of things happening all across
It is.
our city.
It's a Hunter's Moon month, as you know. We talked about that. Fire
Yes.
Prevention Month, Energy Awareness Month, Computer Learning Month, Adopt a Shelter Dog Month.
I did that
this
one
month.
time. Have you ever done that?
Did you? No, but I just find them.
You just find
and
them?
take them home. you know.
Okay. We adopted a little dog named Maggie.
Oh.
Nice little dog.
Well, that's nice.
Yep, kept her about 15 years.
Really? Okay.
Sure did.
That's nice. That's the thing to do, is to go to the animal adoption center and adopt a pet. Mark Twain,
Yes.
Samuel Langhorne Clemens, said about October.
Yes.
He said, October, this is one of the particularly dangerous months to speculate in stocks.
Really? Why is that?
Well, I don't know, but he did explain that the other months to be careful with are July and January, September, April, November, May, March, June, December, August, and February.
So is there a good month in there?
No.
I didn't think
No,
so.
there's
Okay.
not. It is, let's see, yesterday was Reptile Awareness Day, and that means
Yes.
today is not. So we don't have to worry about it.
Any reptiles today?
There's
We
nothing
don't have
crawling,
to be aware of
there's
them.
nothing crawling across your feet.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
But today is National Nut Day. Don't say it. Don't look at me in that
Not
tone of voice.
even going to go there.
National Nut Day.
Ta-da!
Thank you very much. All right. It's also Smart is Cool Day.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
That is good. And it's Medical Assistance Recognition Day. How about that?
And they do need recognition.
They certainly do.
Yes.
October
All right.
22.
Moving
All right.
on to November, the 1st of November.
Yes.
On November the 8th at 4 p.m. at Stony Creek Park, the city is hosting the very first 5K run, and it's called the Beaver Moon Run. Okay, Beaver Moon. And the reason it's called Beaver Moon is because the Native Americans always celebrated the different full moons. That's how they kept track of the different seasons.
Oh.
They gave each moon a distinctive name.
Oh.
So the November full moon was the time to set beaver traps before the swamps froze over
Oh, yeah.
to make sure they had a big supply of warm winter furs.
Yeah, of course. There you
Okay.
go. Okay, that makes sense.
So that's November is the beaver moon. January is the wolf moon.
Wolf Moon.
April is the frog moon.
Frog Moon.
August is the moon of green corn. Go
Green
figure.
corn.
Green corn,
Okay.
because it hadn't turned yet, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And December is the cold moon.
The cold moon in December.
Yes, imagine
Well,
that.
Imagine that.
I
That
know.
makes sense.
And of course, November, beaver moon. That's right. So if you want to join us November the 8th, 4 o'clock p.m., Stony Creek Park, we will be having a 5K walk and run. No cost at all to come and join in on the fun.
Will there be any beavers there?
Possibly.
Oh, boy.
Possibly.
All right. Here we go. The very first person to jump from a hot air balloon.
To jump from a hot air balloon?
Well, I mean, they did it on purpose. Yeah.
Why would you do such a thing?
Well, just to say, hey, I did that. But they had a parachute.
Oh, okay. Well, that helps.
Yeah. Either that or they were 4 feet off the ground.
True.
But no, the jump from a hot air balloon, they did so over Paris on this day. They said, oh, mon Dieu, I think I will jump. And they
Is
did.
that what they did?
Or something like that. André Jacques Gondignan, he's a Frenchman. He accomplished the feat.
He
And
accomplished.
he landed on his feet.
Did he?
The year was 1797.
Did he break them?
No, he did fine.
Perfect.
The year was 1844, and on this day, according to those who practice Millerism,
Okay.
the world has come to an end.
Millerism.
It's all over. Well,
We're done.
That was in 1844. That didn't happen. It was
Oh.
named after a guy named William Miller who said the world will end on this day in 1844. It didn't. No,
it
it did
didn't.
not. And the very first televised pro football game was telecast from Ebbetsville in Brooklyn, New York, this day 1939.
39? Okay.
Right, the NBC's flagship station W2XBS, emphasis on the XBS, carried the action Brooklyn beat Philadelphia 23-14.
Oh, that was good. You just slipped that right in there. I wonder who noticed that. How many of you heard that?
Okay, anyway, NBC later changed those experimental call letters to WRCA and then later to WNBC. Birthday today, one of my favorite actors, Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd.
Who played Jim on Taxi, Reverend Jim Ignakowski. He is 76 years today. Tony Roberts, the actor, is 75. Catherine Deneuve is 71. Jeff Goldblum, 62. And Valeria Golino, an actress who did something. She performed in something.
It's her birthday. That's all we know.
That's all we need to know about her.
Happy birthday if it is your special day. Now join us as we go towards our interviews.
Today we're at the Goldsboro Boys and Girls Club on Royal Avenue, and we're here with Joe Heidenreich. Hiya, Joe.
Hey, Wayne, how are you?
I'm doing great. It's great to see you.
Good to see you.
I love the Boys and Girls Club.
I do too.
Well, I bet you. All right. Tell me about the Boys and Girls Clubs of Wayne County. Now, there's several clubs. We're at the main club here on Royal Avenue. This has been here a long time.
Yep, since the 40s.
Right,
The
okay.
club's been going since the 40s.
Well, what is the,
47.
it used to be the Boys Club. What's the Boys and Girls Club? What is that? What do you do?
We are an after-school program for kids ages 6 to 18.
Mm-hmm.
We take care of, we're not just a babysitting service.
Right.
We have programs that go on here. Just for an example, if a child comes here in the afternoon, the bus will drop them off. They'll come inside, they get to play for a little while, and then from 4 to 5 every day, Monday through Thursday, they do the homework. They're required to do the homework, and if they don't have any, then we give them educational worksheets to work on. So they're doing something educational from 4 to 5, and then we offer programs, gang prevention, kind of like sex education, teen pregnancy prevention, triple play, so they'll be healthier. So we're trying to get them to do good educationally as well as from a healthy perspective.
So they get out of school, they come right here, and they can do their homework.
Right.
And they can learn new things.
Right.
And they can exercise and play.
Right.
Oh, I didn't mean to say exercise. But they play, right?
Yeah.
They do a lot of stuff. And that's all going on right here at the Boys and Girls Clubs of Wayne County, which is at 1401 Royal Avenue. All right?
Yep.
And what are the hours of the Boys and Girls Club?
We're open after school until 7, 5 days a week. We're not open on the weekends. We're here on teacher work days, and we're here on most holidays. There's only a few days that we're actually closed.
All right. Now, aside from the Royal Avenue location, where are the others?
We have one in Mount Olive, one in Northern Wayne, and then the unit in Selma, which is called the Boys and Girls Clubs of Johnston County. Selma unit is also one of our units.
But it's part of this operation here. All right. Yeah. You got a big event coming up here, one of my favorite events. What's going on?
We have Pancake Day coming up.
Pancake Day!
And I have the magic cards right here.
These are
cards. Yes.
Magic cards. They look like tickets, but they're magic cards, right?
These are Pancake Day tickets, and the Pancake Day is always the first Saturday in December, so it'll be December 6th.
December 6th. Now write that down.
Right. One thing we're doing different this year is to buy your ticket in advance. They're going to be $6 in advance and $7 at the door. So see one of our board members or come by the club and pick up your ticket early. This is our second largest fundraiser, and we hope to raise anywhere between $10,000 and $15,000.
Wow!
So come have pancakes.
I love Pancake Day. You get some delicious pancakes. It's not just pancakes. You get a meal.
You get sausage. If you eat in, you get something to drink as well. But it's sausage, pancakes, syrup, all the good stuff.
All the good stuff. And tickets are $6 in advance, $7 at the door.
Yep.
December 6th. At what time?
It'll be 7 to 12.
7
a.m. to 12 p.m.
All right. Now, if anyone wanted to know more about the Boys and Girls Club of Wayne County, do you have a website?
We do. It's bgcwaynecounty.com.
Okay.
Or they can call the Boys and Girls Club at 919-735-2358.
735-2358. We've been talking with Joe Heidenreich of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Wayne County. Appreciate it, Joe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right. Cindy Stallard is with us today. Cindy is the occupational health nurse for the city of Goldsboro. Hey.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Great.
Always great to see you.
Thank you.
You have floss in your hand. Why are you walking around with floss in your hand?
Because I wanted to talk about something that's important to all of us.
Let me guess. It has something to do with teeth.
It does. It does. We're going to talk about a healthy smile.
Okay.
So it's really important for us to brush our teeth several times a day.
All right. Why is that important, Cindy?
Well, because our teeth will retain all the plaque, and that builds up into something called tartar,
Yuck.
which is hard as your tooth and hard to get off.
Yeah.
So if we keep attention to your mouth, it's going to be happy.
Isn't that stuff when you go to the dentist to get your teeth cleaned, they chip away at the, and it
Like
just all kind of
scale.
flakes off? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's tartar.
Tartar.
And that has nothing to do with any kind of sauce, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah.
Just want to make
that's
sure
right.
about that. Okay. So what does the floss do?
The floss helps us get in between our teeth and under the gums, and it gets all that bacteria out before we go to bed. So
So-
the most important time is before you go to bed at night.
Before you go to bed,
Yeah.
brush and floss.
Some people will do it like after they have popcorn because something's caught
Oh,
between
yeah.
their teeth. But normally, if you only do this one time a day, it's good to do it before you go to bed.
Yeah. Okay, that's the best time. All right. Okay. Now, so you're saying that brushing doesn't get everything.
Right.
It's good to do.
Some
You
of
have
us-
to do it, but
yeah.
it doesn't get it all.
Some of us have very tight teeth, and so they make a floss that's called Glide. And by having it on your fingers, you can get in between those teeth better.
Right.
It slides right in there.
Okay.
Takes a little effort sometimes, but it'll get back there.
All right. Is there a preference between the string type and the type that's on the little plastic handle floss?
If
Yeah.
you don't like if you have large hands and can't get your
Hand
hands
in your
into
mouth.
the back of your mouth,
Yeah.
that does a good job
Okay.
too.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Good.
this is another opportunity.
Okay. Does floss come in different gauges because that's relatively thick there compared to
No, not
others, I
really.
think.
But if you feel it, it's very slick.
It is slick.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what helps it go in easier to between the teeth.
Okay. All right.
So
All right.
some of the things that can happen to our mouth if we don't take care of it, you can get something called gingivitis. All the tissue in your mouth can get really red from
Yeah.
not having that stimulation of brushing it and keeping it healthy.
Yeah.
And then eventually we lose that tissue, and it's almost like having a how can I say this, a little tree. If you don't have a base to support it, like our teeth,
Yeah.
we can develop something called periodontitis, and that's when you lose the base, the support for your teeth, and
Right.
your teeth start to become loose, and it's just not a pretty picture.
It doesn't sound very pretty at all, but so you're not only brushing your teeth, you have to brush your gums as well.
Right,
And that stimulation of brushing of your gums helps to strengthen
right,
around the teeth and holds the teeth in tighter.
right. Very
Ta-da! There you
Yeah.
go. All right. Also, what about the tongue?
Tongue, it's good. It's a good idea to rub that as well. With
brush
your
the
toothbrush.
tongue.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of toothbrushes come with like a blue stripe in it. So when that blue stripe wears out, that's time to replace your toothbrush.
Aha.
So, and it's good to use a soft one. A lot of people feel like they're doing a better job if they use a hard brush and they're really, scraping and brushing, but you can actually damage your gums by doing them with
With a hard brush, you can
Yes.
do damage. So,
Yeah.
so you're going to do a good job with a soft brush,
Right,
even though it may not feel like it
right.
at first.
Very good. You're
Okay.
a quick learner.
Well, I try. So brush the tongue, brush the gums, brush the teeth.
Right, and then
Use
floss.
the floss, then use the floss.
Yeah, and it's okay to use mouth rinses if people like that scopy kind of taste.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
Or
Some-
Listerine
Yeah,
or Scopy.
yes. They're both,
Well, I want to cover everybody,
Absolutely,
I cover
absolutely.
not only Scopy but Listerine as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if Mr. Lister is the idea behind Listerine, is Mr. Scope behind Scope?
He could be.
He could be.
Yeah,
We'll
Just put him to work.
We'll research that.
yeah.
Another question I had was one that I forgot, and so we'll just move on here. I was going to
Okay.
ask another question. I just forgot what it was,
All right.
but it has to do with the floss
On the holder?
on the holder. Yes. Okay. So you floss before you go to bed. You brush and you floss before you go to bed,
Right.
and you get up in the morning. You brush again. Or I do, anyway.
Before you eat? Do you do that before you eat or after you have a meal?
I brush before I eat, and then I eat, and then I'll
Brush again?
and then I'll brush again, or use mouthwash,
Okay.
or I will floss at least.
It sounds good.
after I eat. Is
It
that
sounds-
okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Whew, I was beginning to worry.
No. Everybody has different habits.
I know. Yeah.
Some people have very sensitive teeth, but they do have a toothpaste out there for sensitive teeth.
Yeah.
So we don't want them to stop brushing because they're.
Well, now when you say sensitive teeth, how does that feel? What does that mean?
It can be painful sometimes to brush your teeth,
Is
or
that
like if you were to drink something cold.
like ice cream?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now sometimes people, their enamel will start to wear down as we age.
Yeah.
The dentist can put a little bit of, it's like a little paint enamel, and that'll go over those sensitive areas and keep
Oh.
them from being so sensitive.
Okay. All right. That's good. Okay. So.
Of course,
what?
you have to have a dentist that can do that, right?
Well, yeah.
Which most of them can.
Most of them can, though,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Okay. All right. All right. We have a lot of fine dentists here in Wayne County.
We do.
We do.
And there's a new one that's set up, I don't know the name of it, but in the Century Plaza on Berkeley Boulevard, there's a
Okay.
new dentist.
New
that just
dentist.
set up.
Okay. There you go. All right. Well, any I can't remember what that question was, but I'm sure it must not have been a very good one, or I would have remembered it, right?
Right.
Okay. So we're going to move on. Any final words? Anything you want to add to that, or do we want
No,
to talk
I think-
about something else?
I think we covered it pretty good.
Okay. Very good. Cindy Stallard is the what are you? What do you do?
I'm an occupational health nurse.
I knew that.
And I
Occupational.
work with the city of Goldsboro employees.
Occupational with a occupational health nurse
Yes, sir.
with the city of Goldsboro.
Yes.
And?
Great bunch of people.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's where Kim works, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Kim. Okay. And she has nice teeth.
She does. She has beautiful teeth.
Yes. Okay. We've been talking with Cindy Stallard, the occupational health nurse with the city of Goldsboro. We thank you.
You're welcome.
All
It's
right.
good to see you.
Good to see you too.
All right.
Today we're talking with Bill Graham. Bill is with the Wayne County Patriots Coalition. How you doing?
All right, how are you doing?
Good. And we want to also welcome Colonel Joe Marm, Medal of Honor recipient. You were in the Army a number of years, sir.
Yes, I was 30 years and retired to Wayne County, Goldsboro, Fremont area, where my wife was born and raised in '95.
All right. Well, I tell you, it's quite an honor to talk to these two gentlemen right here. We've been here at a meeting today between that was held by Representative John Bell and Jimmy Dixon from Raleigh. They brought with them Mr. Tom Tillis, who's a Senate candidate, senatorial candidate, U.S. Senate, and of course Mr. John McCain, Senator McCain here representing Arizona, of course, in the Senate, but here today supporting Tom Tillis. What was your take, Colonel Marr?
It was a very informative meeting. They're both very knowledgeable about all the issues that and all the problems that face us in America, and that's very, very important in our elected officials that we take what they did for granted.
There was a lot of discussion about the military, Bill. How do you feel they covered military issues?
I think they covered it very well. Just as Colonel Marm just stated that there was a little bit of everything brought to the table, but the military and the threat of ISIS and the national security on our borders and all was greatly talked about, and I think it was good.
Colonel, the border issue is a hot topic right now. What is your personal feeling about the border? Should the borders be closed? If so, how should we do that?
I liked what they said here at the meeting, that we have a lot of we don't need a chain link fence down up in Canada or in Mexico. We have drones that are very capable of securing our borders if we use them properly, and so that's very important.
Offering the surveillance is a way to handle it, and that would be a rather inexpensive way compared to other ways of doing it. Would you think?
Yes, but no matter, it's going to be expensive, I think, no matter what we do to secure our borders.
Money, yeah.
And with the threat of the ISIS, we have to really secure our borders more now than ever, I think.
Exactly.
There's a lot of concern as well about the Ebola being used by terrorists. I'm not sure that that may be a fear that may or may not be warranted. What do you think?
I think Ebola we're doing a great job of trying to eradicate it and keep it under control. We have, you may have heard this too. We lost more people from the flu, over 50,000 last year, and so get your flu shot, and that's very, very important too.
So, Bill, what did you take away from this meeting today? Senator McCain supporting Tom Tillis, both gentlemen, particularly covering the Dare County bombing range, and their thoughts and feelings about that, being able to keep that active for us.
We need to keep the Dare range active. We need to keep it open. Our military forces and they just need that continuing training, and the Dare range is excellent for that. Excellent for it.
So where do we go from here?
Whew.
The Patriots Coalition, very active.
Good question. The Patriots Coalition is gearing up. We're planning on our Veterans Day Parade, which is coming up the 11th of November, 11/11. We are gathering entries now. If anyone would like to be a part of that parade, they can stop by the Wayne County Veteran Services offices Monday through Friday, 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and pick up an application. We had 105 entries on paper last year, with some subsequent entries per entry. We wound up with about 125, close to 130 items in the parade, and we're doing whatever we can to top that number. We try to strive for that year after year. But Veterans Day is coming up. We're going to honor our veterans that have fallen in the wars. We're not just honoring those that are living and walking on this earth with us. We are also honoring those that have given their lives. We will be having a service at the Wayne County Veterans Memorial Site, 1 o'clock on the 11th as well.
Good. Colonel Marm, thank you for your service to our country.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. Well, it's an honor to be in your presence, sir.
Thank you.
Bill Graham, thank you for your service to our nation. I mentioned that he was an Army guy, but I failed to mention that you were a Navy Seabee.
Navy Seabee, and proud of it. Very
there you
proud
go. Gentlemen, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you, Wayne.
And we're back on Wayne Goldsboro Television today, the 22nd of the month of October.
October is flying by, Wayne.
I know.
Stop it. Slow it down a little bit.
Okay, put the brakes on.
Can you do that, please?
I can. Tomorrow at Charles B. Aycock High School, there's going to be a blood drive.
All right.
Blood drive beginning at 8:30 tomorrow morning at Charles B. Aycock High School.
Can anybody go to that?
Yes, as long as you qualify to
Okay.
give blood. You can't. There's certain conditions. You have to answer a questionnaire, and that's it. And then give. It's all you can spare.
Give all your blood.
That's it. Just give it.
We do highly recommend, though, if you're eligible and you can, and you feel like you want to give the gift of life, give blood. Anytime that we have a blood drive, we have them all around Wayne County, almost weekly.
It does, yeah, almost weekly. And you know, it doesn't cost anything for you to give blood.
Right.
And it's it's the least expensive gift you can give someone, and the most important, because you're giving the gift of life.
That's exactly right.
3 lives, in fact, when you break it down.
Well,
All
today is Wednesday. No, yeah.
Is it? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. We have to think there for a minute. Well, this Saturday, don't forget about the Really Chili Challenge this weekend.
Oh boy, that's this
from
Saturday.
11 to 2. Of course, that's the chili cook-off benefiting the Community Soup Kitchen. Love to have you come out and sample some of the chili. That's how they have winners. I think you pay a little fee. Is it $5?
It doesn't
Something
matter.
something small.
Yeah, something
And you
small
go
amount.
around and taste all of the different chili, and you vote on which one you think has the best chili. But all of this is a fundraiser for the Community Soup Kitchen. Then later that afternoon from 1 to 6, over on George Street, downtown Goldsboro, a free jazz concert featuring North Carolina jazz legends. They will have kids' activities, food, beer and wine, and the list goes on and on. All in one day.
That's amazing. All that in one day.
That's exactly right.
That is just amazing. Well, now through December 7th, Medicare Part D open enrollment is underway, and if you have any questions about it or you want to change your plan, then you need to be at the Senior Center on East Ash Street. Most days beginning at 9 o'clock, and most days it goes till noon o'clock. So now until December 7th, until December 7th, okay, hold on, I'm just catching up here. Medicare beneficiaries need to bring your Medicare cards and bring all your medication, or a list that includes how much you take and how often you take them. And if you have any questions, they can help you out there at the Senior Center. And this begins now and goes through December 7th, most days from 9 till noon. Okay?
That's right.
Good.
Don't forget the official trick-or-treat hours within the city of Goldsboro are between 6 and 8 on Friday, October the 31st. Please make sure you use safety precautions as you and your children go from home to home in your neighborhood. Also be aware as you're driving around that there are trick-or-treaters out and that we need to be very careful and very cautious. We want everybody to have a very safe but also a happy holiday.
Indeed. And you know, local officials offer tips and hints about how you can be safe. If you're going to be out after dark, which I don't necessarily recommend, but take a flashlight with you, wear reflective clothing.
Absolutely.
All right, make sure there's an adult in the party. Make sure the adult has a little common sense.
If the lights are on the front porch of a home, that means they are participating. If the house is dark and there is no light, that means they are not participating. And please make sure your children and grandchildren are aware of this.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Okay. And what are those hours again?
6 to 8 p.m.
There
on
you
Friday, October 31st. And that same evening, for those of you that would like to do something a little different, out at the cliffs of the new state park, they're having a trunk or treat family fun night. They're showing movies, they're having hot dogs, refreshments, and they're also having something called trunk or treat. And that's where people park their cars, put their trunk up, have baskets of candy, and the children out in the parking lot at the state park can go from car to car in their little costumes and then enjoy a movie and some hot dogs and other refreshments and games.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It certainly
that
is.
Really sounds
and that's
like a lot
at
of fun.
6:30 till 9 p.m. at Cliffs of the New State Park.
All right.
So what else is happening?
Well, I was going to ask you the same thing.
Well, don't forget, you know, we have the Wayne County Cornhole coming up. They're having a charity tournament. If you want to find out more about how you can participate in this cornhole tournament, go to WayneCountyCornhole.com. This will be taking place the 25th, October 25th, November the 15th, and December the 13th.
There you go. Okay, let's do this again tomorrow. We'll be back at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, and then we'll continue our Thursday with a noon o'clock showing, repeat, and then again a 5:30 repeat. Okay, so join us then. Until tomorrow, this is Wayne Goldsboro Television, and I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best, and this is what's happening in your community.